Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and today I am doing a first impressions. So I am going to be using the Melt Cosmetics Impulsive palette. So I got the packaging, or the package right here. This is what the palette looks like right here. This is the outer box, the unicarton. And then I have an actual handwritten note. And it says, "Hi, we hope you would love your Impulsive palette. We can't wait to see what you come up with. We heart you, XO Melt Team." And it's an actual handwritten note, so I thought that was a really nice touch. And they also, I told them, whenever I order something, I always if there's a note section and you can put in like, "Hey, I can't wait to review your product," or whatever, I always do that. And I told them I was going to be reviewing it on my channel, and so they did give me a partial refund, so like a discount. So I'm excited about that. This palette is pretty expensive. I believe it retails for $65. So this is the package on the inside. I'm going to be full disclosure, completely honest. I own almost all of the Melt Cosmetics stacks. That particular packaging I'm not crazy about. I think it's a cool, innovative thing, but I don't think it's ideal for storage, and it also makes it so that I tend to forget about them sometimes. So yeah, so I don't feel like they get as much use as they would if they were like in an actual like palette. Also, I did order the Smoke Sessions palette. If I remember, I will link my review on that. It was not the best. It's a gorgeous palette, and they have now reformulated it, but I was one of the first people to order it, and the eyeshadow formula was so soft that it just crumbled, and it was insane. And I wasn't the only person that had that happen. So I had contacted them. They gave me a full refund. I didn't have to send anything back or anything like that. And I did manage to somewhat press the eyeshadows back down, but I don't reach for it as much because it will crumble at the drop of a hat. But now they have reformulated it, so I'm really excited to see what kind of formula this is. So this is the inside of the palette. Ooh, one of those plastic things. Let me actually just take them all out. I'll probably put them back, but I don't know. This is the inside of the palette. So there's a lot of looks we could do with this palette. Today we're gonna do somewhat of a red smoky eye, or at least we're gonna try to. One of my amazing subscribers, JS Phoenix is her name. I'm sure you guys have seen her in the comment section. She is so loving and so supportive, and I just love her so much. And she requested a red smoky eye, so that is what I'm gonna do today, because as soon as I saw that she had requested that, I was like, I know the perfect palette I could try that with. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna start with the Essence I Heart Color Enhancing Eyeshadow Base. I used this in my last video that you guys would have seen, and I really did like it. My friend Queenie, I will link her channel up here, had recommended it to me, and I love it. So definitely go check out Queenie. And I just kind of blended it out with my finger. I did already put on some moisturizer, and my eyelids are stained because if you guys have seen my last video, if you haven't, I'll link it up here. It was a collaboration with my friend Angie from 4F Beauty, and we did a Jawbreaker palette bingo collaboration, and the shade Cotton Candy, even though it's just a light, bubblegummy pink, it definitely stained my eyelids. So, which I'm sure since I'm doing a red smoky eye, that will happen again. But that's okay. That's all right. Not my favorite thing to happen, but what can you do other than not use eyeshadows that stain? Okay, so I'm gonna go into eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna do the M456. It already has some red staining. And I think the first shade that I'm going to go into is called Dream Big. So I think the three shades that I'm going to use today are Dream Big, Boss Lady, no, Go Getter, and Boss Lady. So Go Getter and Boss Lady. I think those are the three that we're going to use today. and then we'll do many more looks with it. Let me know down below if you guys want me to do a 3 looks 1 palette. I think if there's ever a palette that deserved a 3 looks 1 palette, it's this one. So I'm just gonna take that into the crease and just blend it out. I'm gonna pack it on first. So far, these eyeshadows are on par with the Melt Cosmetics stacks, which I've never had an issue with, like, their matte eyeshadows. It's only been the shimmers that I have found to be really soft, and only with the Smoke Sessions palette and the Haze stack. But other than those two, which, like I said, had a softer formula, I've always had good luck with Melt Cosmetics. So and they're one of the brands that have always, like, made good on their, you know, any issues that you've had. So, and I know that, like, Teresa from Teresa's Dead, when she reviewed her Smoke Sessions palette, she had the same issue with the crumbling, and they sent her a new palette from the formulated, like the reformulated set, which I couldn't do because at the time that I did my review, they were out of stock. So that's why they weren't able to replace it, and they just decided to refund it. So I'm just packing it with that smaller brush, and then I'm kind of blending it with this brush. I might do like a more red smoky eye in the future, because this is going to be kind of burgundy-ish but with some red. But you could also add some black to it to make it more smoky, although this might be dark enough. These mattes are blending amazing. They're very buttery. And I do think that Melt Cosmetics has really unique formulas, or not formulas, color stories. They're very, you know, they have kind of like a grungy vibe, which I really like. That's beautiful. I think that's gonna actually be dark enough. I wasn't sure, because in the pan it looks a little bit more on the wine color or like a burgundy, but on the eyes it's like a blackened plum type of shade. So I think this might work. Okay. And I don't know, I wasn't originally gonna get this palette because I had not seen too many videos done with it, and then I saw Valerie from Gimme Lip and More, I'll link her channel up here. I saw her do a video with it, and she said she loved it. And then I saw someone else, and it was, I don't remember who it was because it wasn't somebody that I normally watch. I think I subscribed to them once I watched that video. If I can find it, I will link her below. But I just watched what reviews I could find on it, and everyone that did reviews on it really liked it, and I was like, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. And I kept missing out on the Melt Gemini palette, which, funny enough, I didn't realize had become permanent now. And had I realized that, I probably would have bought that one before this one. But I did get the Kaleidos Futurism collection, which you guys will see videos with soon. And that one has a palette that reminds me so much of the Gemini palette that I'm glad that I didn't get that one. So I'm glad I got this one instead. Alright, so now I'm going to take my glitter glue. I'm trying to think if I also want to go into Drunk Text a little bit. It's like a dark, it's this one. It's almost like a decide. We'll put on the glitter glue first and then we'll decide. So I'm just patting that on. Let me know down below if you guys have this palette. Have you been eyeing it? Have you, like I said, have you been eyeing it? Have you considered getting it? I'm going to take the shade Poppin' Bottles, which is the champagne one up here, and I'm just going to put that on my brow bone. And then I'm going to go into Go Getter, which is that bright red. Okay, that didn't pick up. That's a very kind of glittery shade. It's pretty though. It's also a little bit more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. I might end up going in with this shade at the end, but I haven't decided. Okay, and then I'll take Go Getter. Yeah, I can already tell that they have changed the formula because, do you guys see that? Oh my gosh, that is stunning. That's so beautiful. Wow, that is beautiful. Gorgeous. I'm just really packing that on. I can already tell that they have reformulated their shimmer shades because the Haze stack, for instance, has like a metallic red in it as well. And when I look into it, like when I dip into it, like you can just see it go everywhere. This one, I mean, you could barely tell I dipped into it. So that makes me very, very happy. And I think this is actually, I'm surprised that they came out with this palette now, or when they did, because this would be like the perfect fall palette to come out with. Oh my gosh, that is stunning. So beautiful. Okay. So I think I'm going to definitely deepen this up a little bit. I'm going to take the, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what would be a good brush. There we go. I want one of my Juvia's Place blending brushes. And I'm going to go into Drunk Text. It's a little bit softer. And you could tell it has a little bit more fallout than the matte shade. And I'm going to kind of bring it in a little bit. Ooh, I like what that added. I love that shade. I'm so happy I got this palette. But yeah, let me know if this is a palette that you're interested in seeing 3 looks, 1 palette with. I'll probably do it anyway, but just because I want to see what this palette can do. But I don't know, I think it would be a fun palette to do that with. That is gorgeous. That had a little bit of kick up. And now I'm going back into Boss Lady, which was that original shade that we had, the matte one. I'm just kind of putting it over that one a little bit. This is almost an all shimmer look, because you can definitely tell that that one shade is a shimmer, like it kind of made it an all shimmer look. But this is a good alternative to doing a red smoky eye without using a black shade if you don't want it to be too like smoky, I guess. Although I think black would be pretty too, which this palette does not have a black shade, which I like it when palettes have black shades because I like using black eyeshadow, but I don't think every palette has to have it. There's a little bit of kick up in the pan in that one. See how, and that's just because it's soft, but it's nowhere near what the Smoke Sessions one was, the one that I got. So let me go remove this fallout, do my base, and I'll be right back. We'll finish up the eyes. Okay, now I look a little bit crazy, but I want to leave the powder underneath my eyes so that I don't get any fallout, hopefully. And I'm going to take my L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering eye pencil, and it's just a black eyeliner. It's my favorite black eyeliner, and it always stays in the waterline. And then I guess I'll take, I think I want to take Morning After, which is like a burgundy shimmer, and I think I want to put that on the lower lash line. I feel like I always get liner and mascara in my inner corner. Yeah, that is pretty. Now, I could have even used this shade. Swatch it. That was not a good swatch. What am I doing? There we go. I could have even used that shade to deepen up that, what is it called? A red smoky eye. You could even use that. But I'm glad I used the shade that I did, because I really like it. This is definitely, whew, my eye went wonky. Definitely a very smoky, grungy eye. Now I am noticing some fallout from the different like shimmery shades, but, or not fallout, like I noticed that they are a little bit more powdery, and they kind of want to go everywhere. I'm gonna go into Codebreaker, which is one of my, no I'm not. Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna go into Sweet Spring, which is my favorite NYX, well, one of my favorite blushes of all times, but it's from NYX. I'm just gonna use that as my blush today. And I am so excited. I think my next video that you guys are gonna see is the Divina Cosmetics multi-chrome, the what are they called, the Exploders and the Galaxy Dust eyeshadows, so stay tuned for that one. And then I've been using my butter bronzer again lately, but I don't know what I did with it. Well, what's funny is sometimes if I can't find the bronzer that I'm trying to use, I'll just use the brush that I last used with it, because usually it's enough for me, because I don't ever like over bronze, like I don't use a lot of bronzer on myself, and I kind of want to leave this a little bit more on the light side today. So I'm going to go in with my Revlon Volumizing mascara, and these shimmer eyeshadows do not burn my eyes the way that I've had issues with certain ones, which I talked about in my last video. I'm trying to think if I want to do an inner corner highlight from the palette. There's a pretty lilac shade I could use, or do I want to just leave it smoky and grungy? This is when I wish you guys were here, so that you could tell me what in the world I should do. Oh my gosh, for 1 second I panicked and I was like, did I hit record? Okay. I'm gonna put on a little bit of this. This is from Tarte. It has little jellyfish on it. It's like a miniature version of their lip plumper. And it's like a lip plumping oil, and I like it because it's not like, it's called Sting Zing, so I expected it to be painful when I put it on, but it really doesn't. It's kind of cinnamony, and I almost feel like you could just wear it as a gloss. Like, and the reason that my lips, I think my lips are stained from this Essence purple thing that I used yesterday, this glitter flip. So the sponge that I used in my last video too, the weird one, I actually really like it. I'm still not quite sure of how to hold it, but I do feel like it really blends out my foundation nicely, and it really, like, I like that it has two flat edges, because I like to use one flat edge for blending out the foundation and then the other one for setting the powder. And because this is at a slant, like, you can really get underneath your eyes very easily, so I like that. So I could go in with the champagne that I used for my brow bone, or I could go in with the lilac shade. Those are really the only two highlight options, which, like, for my skin tone, or maybe this one. Yeah, those are really the only options, but I think I'm actually going to leave it today. I think I like it this way. So for highlighter, I'm going to use Jeffree Star's Snow Globe in the Supreme Frost. It's kind of like a light golden one. And then I'm going to go in with my, whatever this is. This is my, for some reason I can never remember it. It's green tea and fresh rose water facial priming setting mist stuff. Now I'm not gonna lie, that stuff does have like a zing to it, the lip plumper, but it's not like, ouch, you know what I mean? It's not painful. And I love these highlighters, but I could almost leave my lips just like this if I wanted to. Maybe I will. I don't think I would buy that lip plumper just because I feel like it's a little bit more nourishing, whereas the e.l.f. one that I use sometimes is a little bit more like sticky, like a lip gloss. But so I like the formula of this one better, but this one's like $30. So, and for a lip plumper that I'm just gonna either take off or put something over it, not worth it to me. So because my eyes are so bold, and I know you can wear bold eyes and bold lips, but I'm going to use the Lime Crime Diamond Crusher in, oh man, I can't read that, Over the Rainbow. This is a beautiful shade. Debbie got this for me, or sent this to me. And I'm just going to put it right over that lip oil. I know it's a topper, but you can use it by itself as well. And sometimes I just like a little bit of gloss or glimmer. And today I want my lips to be a little bit more neutral. And do I have a spray? All right, so I'm gonna try the Huda one more time, because this weekend I'm gonna be returning it if well, I don't know. I'm so torn because I don't mind scented items, but this just literally smells like perfume, which isn't bad. Like, it doesn't smell bad. It just smells like perfume. And if it's gonna linger, which today I'll actually be able to test if it lingers, because in the past when I used it, the one time I used it, I wasn't able to tell because it very quickly, like, I took my makeup off and did a new video, so I wasn't really able to tell if the smell lasts. So we will go ahead and see today if it does, and I'll update you in a future video. So let me know what you guys think down below. This is the finished look. I think it looks really pretty. I love the way that this palette works so far. I'm going to go ahead and test it out some more. Here is the palette up close so you can see the shades that I dipped into. We used this red shade, we used this shade, we used that shade, and then we used the one down here and a little bit of that one. So, I mean, you can tell that I used it. Oh, and the champagne one for the brow bone. You can definitely tell that I used it, but it's nowhere near Fallout City the way that the Smoke Sessions was before they reformulated it. So I feel like they have reformulated their shimmers, which makes me so happy because I want to buy everything from them. I love them as a company. So yeah, so far I love it, and I will definitely be doing more looks with it. Let me know if there's any, you know, color combination or whatever that you want to see specifically with this next, or do you want to just see a 3 looks 1 palette? But I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.